the top one is toxic. The second one is toxic. It's like, um, it's fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, because there's a lot of people giving out that dumbass advice.
Yeah, and you can only it's not long term.
Well, it's nothing. It's not even It's not even short term. Like it's just the worst advice that you can give anyone. Fake it till you make it is the worst advice. Because it can be taken out of context.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
And
it's dangerous.
It's very, very, very dangerous. So I kind of want to make sure that when someone is referring to imposter monster or imposter syndrome or any of that stuff, it's not that. And there's a big difference.
So it's not, we're not saying who am I to do it. Don't just go do it because I've just said who you don't have imposter monster. It's just saying you actually got to learn the steps. Don't do the fake it till you make it.
Yeah, do it with saying I'm a beginner. Like I'm learning this stuff. Like I'm a learner. So if you do it saying I'm learning this, not I'm an expert in this, then there's a difference.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how many people have, been on Facebook for 10 years and now are social media experts?
That's it's funny because I was incredibly lucky. I came into the Dent community.
Yeah.
So I didn't start off just by starting a business.
Right.
When I started off in the Dent community, the entrepreneur community, we're both a part of, I was just doing videos and I was basically learning. I was going to all the workshops. I was for like a year. I consider that my university.
Yeah.
For like a year and a half, 2 years before I actually started my company. I was a sole trader, so I was technically, contracting stuff.
Yeah.
But like I was just learning and like absorbing it all in. And if I was to have started, that would have been terrifying, and I would have failed, and this is say, but I don't think it would have been a good failure. It would have been like I need to go back and learn.
Yeah.
And so even then, I still don't think I learned enough when I started.
Yeah.
I still wish I prepared more, and for me, like I think if you're going to start your own marketing company, if you can get a job in a marketing agency, so you learn how it works, learn the systems, how do they do everything, and you'll be able to just sidestep all of that learning when you start.
I mean, Amplify. There was not an audio marketing agency before Amplify started, so we are the first audio marketing agency in the world.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not even making that up. Like Amplify is not a best-selling book, so I would never call it a best-selling book. But Amplify is the first audio marketing agency in the world, so I could not go to a client and say, "Hey, pay me $5,000 a month because I'm going to do audio marketing." I did not do that. I actually said, I don't even have a name for my company, but this is what I want to do, and I intend that it's going to be $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
But as a starting point, as a beta, I'm taking my first 10 clients at $2,000 a month.
It's funny,
and I will grandfather you in, and we still have those clients that have been grandfathered in at that beta stage, because I did not have any reps and I needed them for the reps.
I'm literally, it's funny, that what you just said is what I'm doing right now with my business.
Yeah.
So like Harvey, Harvey, he's my beta client. I've got quite a few beta clients right now. And I've kind of said, okay, my first 10 clients are going to be at this price, and then I want to up it.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same, because I want to make sure everyone is happy. And so if I have beta clients, I can work. And with Harvey, I've learned so much. I'm like, oh, he needs this, I need this system. And now that I'm actually ready to go, okay, I'm confident I can take on someone and get great results.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now I've got the confidence and I know I've got the track record because of the beta clients.
Yeah.
And obviously, what we're talking about is very similar, but for anyone listening, like, you've got to figure out how can you apply this to whatever you're doing? How can you maybe get an internship? Instead of going straight for the job, get an internship and learn, and you might get paid $100 a week or whatever. But still, but it doesn't matter the money.
That's another thing. It's not about the money. Like, if
it's
you're
the learning.
Like when I think about, like, we hire a lot, and there's a big difference when someone understands how much the learning is worth as opposed to the
100%.
the wages or the superannuation or the package or any of that stuff, if that makes sense.
Oh, and when I got my job at Glenn, I knew that's what he wanted. And I went to him, I said, I don't care how much you're paying. Like, this is really cool. I know I can fit this.
Yeah.
And and he still paid me, which is great.
Yeah.
But if he hadn't paid me, I still would have done it. And I knew that's what he was looking for.
Yeah.
And same with me. If I'm starting to look for someone who can come in. It's like, I'm happy to pay them, but I want them to come in knowing that they might not get paid.
Sure.
Because I want that energy. And if you're listening to this going, how can I get a job? You need to go in with the same kind of energy saying going in.
I think it's the attitude, right? I mean, the
attitude is everything.
I think the entitlement attitude of if I went and bartended, I'd get $25 an hour, whatever the rate is right now. So this person has to pay me that minimum wage, and I should get super. And if I'm being a contractor, then I should double that, and it should. But so I see this a lot, right? Because we used to hire a lot of contractors initially, and you have really young people that would say, or in my other job at Bunnings, I would get $25 an hour. So this is a contractor rate, so I want $45 an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, if I hire a contractor, they get me a result.
Yeah.
I'm not training them.
Yeah.
So don't be a jackass.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy how many people don't get that, and they think that they're being taken for a ride. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
But the other thing is, like, what's $25 at Bunnings is only going to take you so far. But if they get $25 with you, they could, in a year's time, they've built a relationship with you. Now you'll sending them clients every single week. And now they've got all this stuff coming in. But instead they were going, oh, but I want $45 now. He should be asking for 20 or 10.
But that's what I'm saying. I said, I'm like, you don't even know how to do what I'm asking you to do. I'm training you.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that you're worth $45 an hour. How did you do that math? And they have the math in front of them, and they think it's justified.
Yeah.
So it's such an attitude thing, right?
But it's such a closed-minded way of doing business. It's like the way I see business is, if you can build relationships with people, if you can get in and, you don't devalue yourself.
Right.
And don't stay at $20 an hour, but you go in with the understanding that you're going to work for 6 months at $20 an hour because you're going to build a relationship, and then once he doesn't have to train you and he's relying on you, he'll pay you. I pay my editor in the Philippines so much more than the average rate because I just know he's going to get it done, and I'm like, I don't have to deal with any of that training. I don't have to deal with having to review it. I know he's going to get it done.
Yeah.
And I'll pay
yourself 100%.
I'll pay double the price for that.
Yeah, easy.
And if you're going out there, getting an internship or whatever, it's kind of like, how can I learn and start bringing value to them so that it gets to a point where I actually am bringing a lot. Because at the beginning, you're probably not going to bring that much value because they're going to be training you.
Right.
You're going to be training them. It's going to be annoying for you.
Yeah.
But after 2 or 3, 4 months or whatever it is, then it's a big difference.
Yeah.